And we're back. So I want to do a quick video about testosterone levels. Let me explain. So for those who haven't been following along for that long or whatever, I started testosterone March 3rd of 2016, and I started with androgel. It was very level, but it wasn't really giving me the changes I wanted, and it didn't really make sense for my lifestyle. My nervous tick is touching my arms, I'm training, I have cats. It's really hard to be involved with anybody romantically if you have to be concerned about having them touch the gel. So then I moved on to injections, and that is where the problems began. Well, wonderful things happened, like facial hair. I mean, I shaved yesterday, but all this facial hair started growing and other changes that I really wanted. My voice got really deep, which has been very high, which I'll explain now, but it was originally much deeper. So what happened was I was taking it every 10 days, and I felt pretty good for week 1, and then I would sort of tip down. But the biggest issue was that my liver ended up taking a really big hit, along with because of other things. And so that's part of why my top surgery was initially pushed, and, well, it's like primarily why my surgery was pushed because of the liver issues. So basically, we knew we needed to change my dose. We changed it to every other week, and then the second weeks were even worse, and basically I ended up with a really high level, like 250 over the max, which is like hormones for testosterone range from like 300 something to 1400, I believe. So I was like 250 over the max. It was not good. Then I finally got to a point, though, where we hit the money on the right number for me. 900 is like my sweet spot. It's when my headaches are the best. It's when I'm feeling the best. I'm getting good changes, everything like that. But, you know, I was still getting that really bad dip. Basically, before week 2, I was hitting from 900 to 300 something, and I was feeling horrible. So now, so then we switched me now to every week, and I started with 0.25 cc last Wednesday, a week from today, and it was like nothing. It was basically, it felt like I put nothing in my body. My voice started to get higher. A lot of my changes started to basically reverse, and I was completely panicked. Tuesday of this week, I got blood tests taken. I'm going to know this afternoon what happened. But in the meantime, today I took my first higher dose shot. So my doctor and I decided 0.4 cc was a good way to go. We don't want to do anything higher than that because I am having surgery on Tuesday, and we needed to make sure that, you know, nothing really changes. But I already feel better, like not drastically because I just took it, you know, not even that long ago, like a couple hours ago. But I already feel a little bit better than I did. So hopefully this will be a good dose for me, and going from week to week, I will be able to get back to my sweet spot. The reason why I'm telling this story, other than to document it, is to basically stick with this lesson. If you are taking hormone replacement therapy, testosterone, estrogen, whatever, you need to make sure that you're getting your blood tested on a regular basis. You want to get it tested to make sure that your levels are correct for several reasons. One, for health for your body, because at least, I don't know with estrogen, which I should know since I was biologically female, but with testosterone, it goes through the liver. And so you need to make sure that you're really getting the right dose, that you're taking everything safely, and that your body and your liver are properly processing it. The only way that you're going to know that is if you, suddenly get really sick because you're in liver, having major liver issues, or you're going to get blood tests. I actually was asymptomatic. I had absolutely zero symptoms whatsoever, and if it wasn't for surgery and needing to get blood clearance, I would not have known, and I would have literally died on that table. So I got extremely lucky that we were checking. But with my endocrinologist, we check constantly my levels. We won't always obsessively check like every week, but right now we've been doing it a lot because we're trying to get my levels straight so that I'm feeling good and that it's good for my body. You also want to get it tested because you may not know yet how your body feels in terms of what's good and what's bad for the amounts of your body. The only way that I understand the changes that I'm seeing and feeling, both positive and negative, between doses is because I can match it to my blood results. So if I feel great, when I felt great, I got tested and I found out that 900 was the number that I felt the best at, and to me that was when I felt the best. Whereas the worst, I got tested and I knew that I was at 300 and that was way too low for me. So those are really important reasons for you to regularly get your levels checked. I am obviously not a doctor, but I'm telling you as somebody who, tomorrow will be 5 months on T. I have had so many issues since I started transitioning and health-wise, and one of the ways that I've learned this is through, the hard way. And I'm trying to prevent you from having to deal with the hard way. So if you're not getting regularly checked in on, especially if you're new to hormones and you don't have a proper level, you need to get checked. And I know I've spoken to people who have been on T a lot longer than me, and even those who are level, they get checked every couple months. It's just the best way to know, because you might get more adjusted to your dose, and then you might have to actually go on a higher dose. You really don't know. And you really want to feel your best, especially if you're not seeing the changes that you're happy with. Some of it does involve patience, but other than patience, you need to know that, changes can happen for you, and you want to feel good about these changes, and it's possible that your body can handle even more of the hormone, but you wouldn't know that unless you got tested and unless you try it out. So do that, self-care with your hormone therapy. That is my little testosterone level rant, and I hope you're feeling good. Have a good day, guys.